You lean over the sink to wash the road grime away, but when you look up, your reflection is gone. Instead, every mirror in this desolate rest stop shows a man gasping his final, agonizing breath. You are trapped in his terminal loop, and the door won't open until he dies. At 3 a.m., Interstate 40 felt abandoned by the world. Rain hammered the empty parking lot outside a lonely rest stop. The air carried the sharp smell of industrial bleach mixed with wet pavement, and beneath it, something metallic that reminded you of old blood. The fluorescent lights flickered every few seconds. On, off, on. Each pulse was accompanied by a low electrical hum that seemed to settle inside your skull. You had been driving for nearly 8 hours. You told yourself the exhaustion was playing tricks on your mind. You pushed open the restroom door. The room was spotless. Too spotless. Rows of white sinks reflected the flickering lights. Every sound echoed longer than it should. Even the drip from a faucet seemed to repeat itself. You leaned over a sink and splashed cold water across your face. The water ran black with road dust. You looked up. Your reflection was gone. A stranger stared back instead. He looked about 50 years old. His skin had turned gray. A torn hospital gown clung to his thin body. Cold sweat covered his forehead. His lips trembled as though every breath was tearing his lungs apart. His mouth opened. His fingers clawed desperately at his chest. His eyes rolled upward. He died. The mirror instantly reset. The same gasp, the same struggle, the same death, again and again. Every 23 seconds, you stumbled backward. Your heart slammed against your ribs. You turned toward another mirror. The same man, another mirror, the same death. Even the chrome soap dispenser reflected him. Every polished surface had become another window into his final moments. You lifted your hand. Your body moved. The man never copied you. He wasn't your reflection. He was trapped inside his own ending. Then, halfway through another loop, his eyes opened. This time, he looked directly at you. Panic took over. You ran toward the exit. The door wouldn't move. You pulled, shoved, kicked. Nothing. It felt as though the idea of opening had vanished. Behind you, the gasping continued. 23 seconds. Reset. 23 seconds. Reset. The humming lights grew louder until they drowned out your own breathing. You slowly turned around. The mirrors had changed. Each one reflected another mirror behind it. Then another. Then another. An endless tunnel stretched into impossible darkness. Every reflection contained the dying man. Thousands of him. Thousands of final breaths. An ocean of endless suffering reaching beyond sight. You grabbed a metal trash can and hurled it into the nearest mirror. Glass exploded across the floor. For one hopeful second, the man disappeared. Then you looked down. Every broken shard reflected him. Hundreds of tiny mirrors. Hundreds of dying faces. Hundreds of mouths gasping for air. You crushed the fragments beneath your boots. They only became smaller mirrors. Now there were thousands. Then came a sound. Not from the mirrors. From inside the walls. A wet, shaking, death rattle. It rolled through the plumbing beneath your feet. The pipes groaned as though someone was taking their final breath inside them. The entire restroom inhaled, then exhaled. With him, your shaking hands pulled out your phone. One weak signal bar remained. You searched the location. An old newspaper appeared. 37 years earlier, before this building existed, a Greyhound bus had collided with a chemical tanker during a storm. 34 people died. One survivor remained trapped beneath twisted metal for 6 agonizing hours. His name was Samuel Mercer. The article included a photograph. Your stomach dropped. It was the man in the mirror. Rescuers said they heard him begging for air until the moment he died. Another report revealed something even stranger. The temporary morgue had been built on this exact spot before the rest stop was ever constructed. Workers renovating the building later complained that every mirror cracked overnight. Several quit after claiming they saw a dying man standing behind them. Management replaced the mirrors. The sightings never stopped. You looked back at the glass. Samuel wasn't gasping anymore. He was standing perfectly still, watching you. His lips moved silently. "Help me." Then every mirror cracked at once. Thin fractures spread across the glass like frozen lightning. Something pushed against the silver backing. Fingers, gray, human, dozens of them, pressing outward from behind the mirrors. Samuel slowly stepped backward into the darkness beyond the glass. Whatever had been hiding behind him stepped forward. Its fingers stretched farther. The humming lights suddenly stopped. Silence. Then hundreds of voices whispered together. "Someone has to stay." The exit door clicked. Unlocked. You didn't hesitate. You sprinted into the rain. Your car started instantly. You drove without looking back. Miles of empty highway disappeared beneath your tires. Finally, your breathing slowed. Maybe it was over. Then your eyes drifted toward the rearview mirror. Samuel sat quietly in the back seat. Water dripped from his hospital gown. His face no longer showed fear, only relief. He smiled, then vanished, leaving the seat empty. You laughed nervously. You convinced yourself exhaustion had won. You never told anyone what happened. Who would believe you? Weeks passed. The nightmares faded. Life returned to normal. Until one quiet evening, you entered your bathroom, washed your hands, looked into the mirror. Your reflection smiled. You hadn't. The skin slowly turned gray. Cold sweat gathered across its forehead. His mouth opened. A desperate gasp escaped. Then another. Your reflection clutched its chest exactly as Samuel had. Behind it, someone entered a restroom. A stranger, frozen with horror, watching you die. Again, and again, and again. You finally understood. Samuel had never escaped. He had simply found someone else to replace him. Now every mirror waited for the next traveler, the next lonely driver, the next exhausted soul who would stop at a forgotten rest stop at 3 a.m. And when they looked into the mirror, they wouldn't see themselves. They would see you, taking your final breath, forever.